help me understand what consistency really means. Because like consistency is when you keep going, keep going, keep going. You don't take a pause. You don't have a reset. You don't check in with yourself, and that is so false. Like that is something that has been sold to us over the generation. Like the harder you go, the faster you go, the more you show up, the more the results will come. Test it out yourself. You just be using someone else's formula. Now I know what consistency means to me. I had to learn it. I had to sit with myself. I had to understand it, right? And consistency to me is not always showing up, always popping out content, always being there for friends, always being there for family. It's not always that. Consistency is moving at a pace that works with you, your soul, and your alignment. Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back. This is Loba Speaks, and I'm your host, Oluwato Great. And this is the kickstart of season 2, and it's been like a long time coming. The last time I filmed, I didn't believe that was going to be the last time I was going to film up until now, because to be honest, like life was taking me somewhere. Like I was seeing myself getting better at what I was doing. I was speaking better, I was engaging with people better, I was working better. Like a lot of things were going better, let me just say that. And then out of nowhere, I feel like the universe and God and whatever higher self you believe in will try and realign you, but in a painful way sometimes. Like the lessons that you're gonna learn are going to be the product of your purpose, of your power, of your success, essentially. Because tell me why I felt like things were really going really, really well for me in terms of like my career, the choices I was making in life, friendship, my content, the way I did it, how it was going, the consistency. And at some point, it felt like, when a mother keeps warning a child, like, we're going out to the park, make sure you sit your bum down where I say you should sit. I'm just gonna make a call over there. Give me 5 minutes, be a good girl. But you're not a good girl, right? Or maybe for once you just want to climb a tree. You've always wanted to climb a tree, and the tree stands for like the elevation, the improvement of life, the leveling up of life, and you couldn't help yourself. She said 5 minutes, but she took longer than 5 minutes, right? So you go to the tree and you climb it, and you at the toppest of the top of the branches on the tree, and by the time she looks at you, she's like, oh my god, like, what are you doing? Get off the tree. Now you're scared, you're trying to like climb off the tree, and for some odd reason, that's when an earthquake starts to shake, right? Like earth was shaking, and it violently shakes you off the tree and stops you in your track. When you were on the tree, you could see everything, what life could be, what how beautiful the grass was, how bright the sun was shining. It was everything you could ever imagine. But like when you were falling, it was painful, and when you landed, it was loud. That's how I felt when all that consistency, all that leveling up, or what I consider as a level up for myself, my personal wins, had to take a pause. And I think one of the biggest lessons that I learned from only filming 7 episodes, even though I wanted to film more, was that rest is essential. You need to learn how to recalibrate, even when things are looking good for you, even when things are moving fine for you. You need to learn that the burnout is not what yields success, it's not what yields results. If your vessel is tired, if your soul is tired, if your body is tired, if your body is warning you to take a break and you don't, you will break down. And by the time you break down and try to come back, you don't know how much time would have gone. But I don't want to see it as like time wasted, to be honest. Like I said, I feel like it was a chance for me to recalibrate, to go within, to really know what I want for myself, to really know what I actually want for Loba Speaks, what the message truly is, to refine it. Because I already know what the message is, right? I think it's just a matter of refining it and being even more raw and more authentic and relatable. I mean, I'm a girl who literally moved from South Africa with no plan, came to Lagos. I think you can hear the Lagos noise in the background, I'm not sure. But like every pause and every delay was actually worth it, because I've grown more, I've learned more, I've learned about myself, I've learned how the world works. The whole time when the mic was off, was actually for me to again recalibrate, to relearn, to unlearn, So I appreciated the pause, and I appreciated everybody that was even checking in during the pause. I appreciate the fact that this is something that I myself can go back to and listen to many, many times. When the mic was off, I was listening to Loba Speaks, and Loba Speak was speaking to Loba. And the fact that many people also felt like a lot of the previous words from the previous season was talking to them is the reason I even want to keep going, And I've come to appreciate the pauses of life. I've come to appreciate the slowing down of life. It's not always delay, sometimes it's realignment. And I feel even more aligned than ever. And when I talk about alignment, I feel like you are the center of it, right? You're the center of everything as a human being. Your career, your family, your love life, your health, your money, every single aspect of your life are sources of alignment. And if you're always moving and ready to go and you don't take time to recalibrate, to pause, you will definitely cause a convulsion, if I can call it that, in terms of the alignment, because you want everything to happen all at the same time. Whereas one of the things that I've learned from taking a break, even though it was like I was forced to take a break, is that rest is important, pause is important, pacing yourself is important. It's great to have goals and dreams and aspirations and all these things that you want, but if you don't pace yourself, nothing is going to align. That's why I'm so big on alignment. That's why I love the concept of alignment, understanding it, learning it, and believing that it's working out in my favor, this thing called alignment. And to say that failure works in my favor and pausing works in my favor is something that I never thought I would hear or say to myself in a trillion years. But I'm a living proof that failure is needed, because it shows that you're trying. And I'm sure you've heard that many, many times, but I am here to tell you that I'm the proof that pausing is one of the best things you can do to just recalibrate, to revamp, to reset, to refine, And going back to the tree analogy or narrative of where the kid falls and it's just so loud and it's just so painful and teary, that was needed. You had to learn that lesson. You had to sit your ass down. You had to know about life, know what pain is, because the pain is literally your purpose. It refines you, and that can be in different ways. And I'm not saying romanticize pain, romanticize falling, romanticize failing, but I want you to accept it as part of the progress, as part of the process, right? And now that I've taken the break, I want to keep saying forced because I was forced, guys. If I didn't have to pause, I would have still been going, and I'll probably burn out in the way and forget the reason I started this in the first place. And before my body reminds me, I'm going to learn when to take breaks, when to pace myself. And I've been enjoying pacing myself. I have so many goals and dreams and aspirations that I believe many people who listen to me do as well. And it's probably why you are drawn to my voice in this, platform. But the key takeaway is just learn to pace yourself. Have the biggest dreams in the world, please, because I have the most ridiculous dreams in the world. You wouldn't believe how many times I've been called delusional. But I just know that they will work out, and they will work out in time. And even now, I know when I want them to work out. And just leave it to the universe while I keep moving forward and remembering to take breaks and rest. And taking breaks is how you can slow down and refine your consistency. And during this period when I was taking this break, it actually helped me understand what consistency really means. Because, we feel like consistency is when you keep going, keep going, keep going. You don't take a pause. You don't have a reset. You don't check in with yourself. And that is so false. I feel like that is something that has been sold to us over the generation. Like the harder you go, the faster you go, the more you show up, the more the results will come. There's an element of truth to that. Two things can be true at the same time, but if you don't test it out yourself, you just be using someone else's formula. Now I know what consistency means to me. I had to learn it. I had to sit with myself. I had to understand it, right? And consistency to me is not always showing up, always popping out content, always being there for friends, always being there for family. It's not always that. Consistency is moving at a pace that works with you, your soul, and your alignment. Just because you miss, I've spoken on this before, like when I missed an episode, because I usually upload every Thursday and I missed one Thursday. And trust me, before I could pick my mic back up for that last episode, I had to talk to myself like, look, consistency means different things to everybody, and the misconception of consistency again is go 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 go. That is so untrue. Consistency is knowing that there will be roadblocks, there will be hurdles, like serious hurdles to jump over, and you still keep going. Jumping the hurdle can even mean you having to like take steps back and then run and shoot into it. Like, do you know how an arrow is pulled back? The further back it is pushed, the harder it launches. That's what consistency is to me. Consistency is not when you ignore the hurdles of life. It's when you recognize the hurdles, see them, and then learn how to move around them strategically. Learn how to move around them with your emotions too, because yes, it's like, oh my god, I wish this could have happened yesterday. I wished the time when I stopped filming wasn't the time when I stopped filming. By now I'll probably have 100 episodes. But at the end of the day, it's not about the quantity of the content, to be honest. It's about the quality of it, and I've learned to appreciate that. I've learned to appreciate the pause and allow myself to bloom in time instead of rushing my process. And what I'd like to leave everybody with on this episode is that yes, life can uplift you, life can take you places, trust me, into rooms you never even dreamt of, right? But learning to come back to yourself and allowing the refinement to happen, even if it's through the pain, pausing, resting, so that you allow yourself to recalibrate is the best thing, because then you will come back fresher, more grown, more refined, more aligned, and you know your onions at the end of the day, because you know what you went through and you're able to interpret it and translate it, and hopefully everybody understands what you're trying to say. So again, lastly, what I'd like to leave you with is that let the rest happen. Just because you're not as productive or as consistent equals failure, that is a lie. Allow yourself to recalibrate, allow yourself to take a break from everything that might be draining you, allow yourself to let it go. Go out there, have your fun, do your thing, pop your ish, but know when to come back into you, and don't let your body be the one to tell you that. Like, set the amount of time you set your alarms for to get to work, set it for rest as well, because I definitely do that now, and I think that is like CEO behavior, because someone told me it's CEO behavior. But anyways, thank you so much for listening. I wish I could go on, but I just wanted this to be like short and honest. And yeah, I keep saying I appreciate the pause, and I hope that you guys are as excited as I am. My excitement can't let me speak, but I hope you guys are as excited as I am to be back on air and to just share stories. And by the way, Loba Speaks this time, we are so much more focused. We are focused on womanhood, growth, career, living in Lagos, what living in Lagos is like. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about music. We're going to have guests probably. Like, I have, again, big dreams for Loba Speaks, and I'm ready to like branch out and get out of my comfort zone a bit more. So expect more, because more is coming. But the days that I don't give you more, just know that your girl is taking from her own lessons, which is I'm recalibrating, I'm resting, because it's needed. If I don't learn that now, I'm not going to learn it when I start having thousands of views and millions of bookings and travels. So I think also the universe is just trying to teach me how to take breaks, when to take breaks, and how to pace myself. And yeah, I hope this resonates. I'm happy to be back, and I can't wait for all the amazing conversations that we're gonna have. So do not forget to leave me a comment. If you haven't followed us yet on Spotify, make sure you do and give us a 5-star rating. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed, leave us a like, give me a comment. Let me know how you feel about rest, because traditionally, especially as a woman, why are you resting? But yeah, I encourage everyone to take a break, and let me know what your feelings are, what your true emotions are around taking a break and resting. Thank you so much once again for listening and watching. I'll catch you on the next episode. I'm happy to be back, and yeah, let's do this. Let's begin again.